Full Melt Show is intended for a mature audience. It contains adult themes, adult content, and sometimes adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Full Melt.
A lot of patients across New Mexico are very relieved while they anxiously wait for their permits to be renewed. And a dispensary here in town tells us they're applauding the state tonight.
Many medical marijuana patients can breathe easy. New Mexico is still working feverishly to get through a backlog of permit applications and renewals.
I'm really hopeful about the DOH's move to increase the expiration time period for patients.
But the Department of Health says current patients whose cards expire between June 15th and December 31st will get extensions up to 60 days from when their permits expire. Those patients will be able to keep buying medical marijuana despite the backlog. The Verdes Foundation, a dispensary here in Albuquerque, says the state made the right choice. They say many of their patients have worried about getting their permits renewed in time. Just a few months ago, the state was taking an average of 60 days to process applications. That since improved to about 40 days, still longer than allowed by law.
I think that this is an example of the Department of Health wanting to work with the patients on the medical cannabis program and trying to come up with remediation to accommodate the struggles that they've had.
The health department says it owes a lot of those struggles to the growing popularity of New Mexico's medical marijuana program. Officials say the state has added about 9,000 patients to its program since the end of last year.
And tomorrow the Department of Health is supposed to give an update in a
See if we're live or not.
I mean, it looks like we're reading time. Oh. It looks like we're responding on the computer. Oh,
there it says we're on for 2 minutes and 28 seconds, but that's still not right. Because this says we were live 5 minutes ago. See if we're live or not.
I mean, it looks like we're reading time.
Yep, we're on. We're still on.
Oh, what a nightmare that was.
Sorry for the confusion.
Big bloody abortion on that.
Oh, terrible.
Terrible. Gathering thought. Okay, right.
How's about we get the number out there first off? That seems like a good kicking it off.
Point with the number. I guess that's a good. We could start out with that.
Yeah, because we're off the rail here.
We're way off the rail.
We had a plan, guys. I promise.
Oh no, we do got a plan. There's a total plan. It's just it works better in rehearsal than it did in live, format. The rehearsal is also ad-libbed. I'm just saying. All right, so we're fired back up again. That's a good thing.
Firing back up.
Now it's trying to load the UMA office. That's terrible. We got to stop asking a computer with one arm, because it is handicapped, I'm just saying, to do the work of an octopus. Because that's basically what we're asking it to do. We're streaming, we're playing audio back, we're looking up pictures, we're Googling the internet. I mean, it's just like, what do you want from me? So, the name of the show is Stunt Guy / Cannabis Cup Preview. And I think we'll get to that in a minute. We'll point out the headline of the show after we get at the front end there.
Yeah.
And before we do that, we'll give out the phone number, which I'm still trying to pull up because it's the UMA office is like driving the computer crazy. All right, we don't need to load this. Can I close this out? Can you give me half a break? I feel bad for the computer because it's totally disabled.
Mondays.
No, it's not even Mondays. This is just, crappy computer buying is what it is. This is doing something on the cheap and doing it so cheaply that you didn't accomplish your goal yet spent money anyways. To me, that's like antithetical to the cause. It's still trying to load. I'm afraid to make it do anything else because if I do,
it might blow up.
It might punch me straight in the balls. I'm sitting right below the right above the computer here.
And its loading screen is probably cursing at you and calling you a slave driver.
It's doing it in binary, Eclipse language, I'm sure. So, I guess we got to blow off the phone number.
We got to do something.
You know, the computer's like, oh, we'll wait till the end of the show, and then I'll reveal the number to you. The reason that I have to look the number up is because we have a vanity number, but we're getting another vanity number. The old one was hooked into a system that just, I don't know, it wanted to answer the phone for us and then put us on hold while it connected to our system. And then by the time you would call the show and actually get on the air, you feel like you'd been in line at the TSA. I'm serious. It was just like, wow, that many hoops to jump through just to get on hold to be on a show, to ask a question. I forgot what the question was now. Screw this and hang on.
Right, I had to smoke a couple of joints while I was waiting. And
look, I impregnated somebody and birthed a child in the process.
Damn, Steve.
Well, I'm just saying.
I think that was a bit much.
Was that over the line?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
It's a long time. Yeah, we get it.
That's 9 whole months.
I grew a beard, smoked a blunt, long time.
That's terrible. Keep that away. Okay.
I guess.
It's still loading. So the vanity number was hooked to a local number, and the local number I've never used because I forgot it long ago when I hooked the vanity number to it. So it's got a little weird. I must say, this is not the way that I planned on starting the show today. I'm going to fire the producer. Wait, I'm the producer.
That's getting old, brother.
Yeah, but some people never hear it. And it's also a running gag with me. Look, if Jimmy Kimmel can tell you every week that he doesn't have time for Matt Damon, I'm just saying. I could retell a joke as a run. Look, every day during the show, I'm going to say that at some point. Why not?
Maybe we'll actually get a producer someday.
I am the producer.
Yes.
I'm a damn good producer too. It's just that I'm kind of like the computer. I got 4 arms tied behind my back. I got half a pinky to work with, and a computer as a slave that's like, screw you.
Well, it's not even saying...
I'm a kindergartner. You threw me in a college class. What do you want from me?
It's not even saying screw you. It's giving up on you. I can't do it anymore is what it's saying.
Yeah, I'm just going to... So rather than do this, I'm going to try and just close it out.
It's saying
Let's just close out, because, look, it's the loading screen that's giving me the hard time on the UMA page, and so the UMA page opened, but it was trying to open a function on the page, which I think had crashed. So I got rid of it altogether. And I don't even know if I want to call it up again. I think I'm just going to let it slide.
Yeah, I think we got to
maybe we'll do the thing, assuming that there is a break at this point.
Hoping so, yeah. Hope
maybe
the
we'll do
timeline's
this. Maybe we'll
running.
just gather our thoughts and come back after the break and pretend that none of that first part ever happened.
I don't know how to do that.
Are you saying you don't have that capability, Mad?
This was devastating. This was devastating.
You're crushed now.
I'm not. Everybody's probably crushed. They're probably forming a mob outside the studio as we speak.
They're here with the pitchforks and the blowtorches.
They're pissed.
You know, the blowtorches. That's a cannabis joke.
Ha ha ha! Because they do the dabs. That's funny.
Yeah.
Not just regular torches.
Is there any assembly of order left in anything we got going on here? I feel like the mic is really... I'm going to do this. See, it's just weird. See how yeah, I'm not even touching it. There's dirt in that pot. See how it goes? It's a dirty... hang on, I got to clean it. It's a dirty pot. That's what it is. Oh, I sound a lot better now, don't I?
Yeah, no, you sound great now. Fuck.
Now you can actually hear me. See, I was buried in a dirty pot. It's just terrible. It's terrible. I want to play the dueling banjos now.
Right? Something.
Can I do that? We only got a second. Maybe I can squeeze in something that would make me laugh a little bit because
that was sad.
I just want to go. I just want to go hang myself now because it's just terrible.
Okay, that's too far. First you're impregnating people and birthing children. Now you're hanging yourself. Stop it, Steve.
Come on,
quit playing with life.
Let me have my vices. My vices.
Oh, those are your vices? That's fucked up.
Oh look! Wait. Oh,
what?
Something's wrong.
What? What do you mean? Are we dead?
Yeah, crap. Okay.
You're playing us back.
The computer is still saying screw you. It's playing the audio right now. We're in the break. No, something's terrible. It says we're hang on, I got to close this app now because it's just giving us audio. It's still saying screw you. It is saying screw you. I got to get rid of this. That's horrible. See, I want to jump off a bridge already? Oh, see, now I'm hearing myself back. This is the worst thing ever.
That's probably fucking you up hard.
It's just weird because it's because I'm already having a nightmare, but now I'm having it in duplicate with time delay. Oh, what does this come to? I can't even tell what this thing is playing now. We're supposed to be in a break right now.
Yeah, we could be talking over advertising. Oh.
So look, you can see. Look here. It's playing the audio like from 10 minutes ago or something. All right. So we are going to go to break. And during the break, I might, if the program goes off the air, it's because I picked up the computer, unplugged it, and smashed it out the damn window where it belongs with the rest of the trash. We'll be back after this break. Maybe. If you missed the last Full Melt show, there's King Tut. You know what I wanted to bring up, King Tut? They actually dug up in Russia. There's King Tut. You know what I wanted to bring up, King Tut? They're like 24 dug up in Russia.
Yes.
Some ancient bongs. They're gold. 400 years old.
Oh, my God.
All right, I can't even take it anymore. I just can't do it. There's something terribly wrong here. Like, I don't even know where to go. I say we start over again. I can't take it. Hang on, I'll turn your mic back up. Go ahead.
How do we do that?
How do we start over again?
Yeah, is there a big red button, like a switch we can flip?
I've got a razor blade. I can slit its throat.
Oh.
No.
I thought you were going to go with suicide again. I'm sorry. I was expecting the depressing.
No. I'm going to put it out of its misery.
You're talking about birthing children,
and I'm
you got me caught on this subject.
Look, I'm a descriptive person. I've got terms. I got
terms. Pregnant, dead.
I'm colorful with language. What do you want from me? That's why I do radio. Language, color. All right. Now I'm boring people to death. All right, we're just going to start it over again because, look, you don't want... Oh, see, now we're back out of the break, but it's weird. Oh, I stopped the audio, that's why. There's something going on there. Okay, just before I go back on the air and embarrass myself in misery again, because this is going to live, infamously forever on the internet now. Even if I delete it, somewhere there's a copy. So I got to find out why. Let's just pretend like the computer flipped out and it didn't know what it was doing. Let's just see if there's other audio issue problems that were maybe it was just a computer freaking out for a minute and that there's not an actual problem with the audio. So I'm going to start this break. Let's just see how it plays from here. See, it sounds normal now. See, now it sounds normal. So this is the first break. We're going to go to break again. And I'll tell you what, to spare us all the gory details, because it is gory, let me tell you. It's beyond the color that I've given you. Trust me on that. I'm just going to, if the break sounds normal, we'll stick with it and let it flow. But if it's not, down the tube she goes and out the window.
You're getting the Full Melt.
If you missed the last Full Melt show,
you missed a lot.
There's King Tut. You know what I wanted to bring up, King Tut? But they actually dug up in Russia some ancient bongs. They're like 2,400 years old.
Yes, that's fucking awesome.
They're golden.
Oh, my God. 2
ancient golden bongs found in the Arctic tundra of Russia.
They were getting high, man. Yeah.
And I guess they traced it back to the early tribes that populated, the Russian tundra. Those tribes used to war against each other, and they would get high on the opium and the cannabis before going to war. Go figure. I'm just saying, if somebody was selling golden bongs. And get your golden bongs here, golden bongs. It had to be really hard back in those days to come up with gold, except for maybe Colombian gold.
Oh, my God.
Hey, the trade winds are blowing smoke in your face.
Imagine a world where patients can use marijuana like any other medicine. The Marijuana Patients Organization challenges the status quo by helping our neighbors to enjoy a better quality of life. Visit the MPO at marijuanapatients.org and enjoy informative articles, engaging debates, and information about treatments, doctors, and dispensaries in your area. Over 50,000 people have registered at marijuanapatients.org since 2010. Join us at the Marijuana Patients Organization today, marijuanapatients.org.
When you need legal help, you don't want to guess at who's standing next to you in court. And when it comes to a medical marijuana defense, it's even smarter to partner with a lawyer before you need one. Based in Royal Oak, David Rudoy has a proven history of not being afraid to take your case all the way to the Supreme Court and win. Find the law offices of Rudoy Law
at RudoyLaw.com.
RudoyLaw.com is a quick reference on your rights concerning Michigan medical marijuana
and up-to-date news.
That's RUDOI Law.com. Call 248-935-9074 now and talk about your legal needs, because at RudoyLaw.com, we don't just stand up for you, we stand up with you.
What's up with these things, Victor?
We decided to give ourselves stickers for each feature we release. We read about 10,000 suggestions a week to create features that, as traders, we'd want to use.
10,000 suggestions? Who reads all of those?
He does.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
We need coffee.
Got it right here.
Cups.
12-ounce, 8-ounce recyclable.
Creamers, sweeteners, stirrers, filters.
Creamers, sweeteners, stirrers, filters, K-Cups.
Hazelnut, French vanilla, French roast, dark, light, medium, bold, extra bold.
And decaf.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
No reason.
Free shipping for awards members every day. Staples, make more happen.
Play-Doh Compound can help kids practice communication skills. Start by presenting the visual of the letter or word. Then ask them to mold the Play-Doh compound into the shape of the letters. It's an effective way to foster speech and even writing.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
Yeah.
It's that bad.
It's that bad.
I don't even know where to go from here. I mean, I know what to do, but do I want to do it?
Right.
Oh, my God. So, I'm not even going to blame it on Monday. It's not even Monday's fault. It's partly my fault, just because this computer should have been replaced eons ago. I mean, it really should never have been employed for this purpose anyway. It has too much work to do, and it doesn't have the resources to do it. This is likening asking a kindergartner to do some college coursework. Don't forget to do that master's degree thesis there, Mr. 5-year-old. It's kind of what I'm asking the computer to do. If we were to draw an analogy that would, bring immediate pictures. All right, so, again, back to the subject matter. So should I screw with the UMA thing?
I wouldn't risk it.
Do we don't even want to give the number out?
I want to, but the computer doesn't want us to.
The computer says no?
Yeah.
I'm beholden to the frickin' computer now?
I don't know what you want. That thing just
I don't like the computer being a boss.
That thing grabbed you by the short hairs on the sack, man.
Oh, dude, it pulled hard.
Pulled hard.
My beard shortened when that happened. That's really hard. You had to pull really hard to make the... It took Mad Blaster a minute to catch the reference.
I was drawing a picture in my head about it.
Yeah, but you got a little...
Just a back and forth, back and forth.
It's like a crew cut, you made a little tear in the corner of your eye when I said, when you finally caught the image there.
Yeah.
There was a special glint in your eye that was all pain.
Was beautiful.
Oh, God, it's so funny. All right, so here we go. So screw the phone number. I think we should... just talk about, let's just get right into the front piece there. That front piece was about New Mexico. And New Mexico, obviously, they got their medical marijuana law. You know what I want to do? I got to check something real quick, because I would be really pissed if the show started out bad, and then I forgot. I think on the console, I forgot. I always have to nip the audio down a little so I don't blow the damn thing out. I think I might be blowing it out a little bit, so I'm going to nip it down there. That's where it needs to be. And I think it'll be better here. All right. Yeah, because the rest of the show would have been crap if I didn't do that. In fact, I'm already sure that if the first part wasn't crap by content, it may be crap by distortion. Done that before. Did a whole show that way. The show that we did with the Kill Your Landlord, CILL, my landlord, that was all distorted. The whole thing was, the whole damn show. And that was a good show. So, you like to use it for promotional value and couldn't get crap out of it. Except I made a promo anyways because the Kill My Landlord thing was funny. Sometimes we'd like to be funny if we actually get there. I'm not claiming to be funny. Not by a long shot. You know who's funny is Jeremy Shipley. He's the 420 comic.
Oh,
that guy's funny.
Okay.
I'm jealous because I think we should call him. We should do him out of the blue. I don't know. Maybe I don't think he'll appreciate us if we call him out. He's a busy guy. He might already be engaged somewhere, and he might be mad. Hey, you clipped me in while I was doing an interview, or while I was talking on somebody else's show. What we can do is call the stunt guy. But so in Arizona, they've got the medical marijuana program, and the piece on the front of the show was talking about.
New Mexico.
I'm sorry, New Mexico.
Yeah.
the Four Corner states. The problem that they've got there with the law is that the state, at least appearing from this end, they were doing much like Michigan was doing. They passed this law, and it seems like the people at the state, and I kind of proved it to one degree with something that happened. We're delaying the issuing of cards. In this state, the law says they have to issue the cards. They originally said within 14 days, I believe. I think it said 14 days they had to issue you a card. And then I think they extended it to 21 to make it more practical. Because 21 days is a reasonable amount of time to produce a card, send it back to you. So they'd have to actually either send you a denial or send you a card, if they were to do it by the law, within 21 days here in Michigan. So the way that they were the law was originally written by the people to operate was until you got your card in the mail, your certification was good enough. You could use the paperwork after the state received it to show that you had you'd requested a card to participate in the program, and that you had submitted a proper application, and did what you were supposed to do. This way, if you had to wait for 20 days, because in 20 days they had to send you a denial if they were going to deny you, or you were to assume that you were getting a card. Basically, if they didn't send you a denial in the 21 days, you're getting a card. But it would take them 6-8 months to get you a card, and then the stupid thing would expire 3 months later, and you have to start all over again.
Yep.
So this is what was going on here, and the state was definitely dragging its feet because they had a surplus in them. It wasn't that they didn't have any money. We designed it to have plenty of money in it, even though the application fees were like $100, a little bit more than what they are now for everybody, because now they're like $60. Point is they had the money, and they had the methodology to get this done, but they just didn't want those cards out there. They were doing everything they could to drag it and make it. And this is being done to medical patients, right? These are people who have, according to the applications they submitted, chronic debilitating illness or condition. And to me, it's so non-empathetic. It certainly isn't a kinder, gentler government to go in and, despite their, apparent negative stance toward cannabis as medicine, it doesn't really matter. The people wrote a law, and they're standing behind it, and you're going to drag your feet and put that patient through that much pain and that much extended agony, rather than just give him access to what he plainly should be allowed to have, according to the people. That's what they were doing. And when I did the service dog thing, and they started that law. They passed it last fall or last summer. It was enacted in the fall, and the program that began for a voluntary registry program with a card and a picture on it started in January. It took them all of maybe 10 days to get me that card in the mail, just like your license. Mm-hmm. So it's the same department issuing the cards. It's still the Department of Licensing and Regulation.
Right.
And or in this case, they made it part of the. They neutered this department too. Financially, they took all its funding away, so they can't really do much. You can take all the incoming complaints you want, but so we'll put somebody on staff to take those complaints, but you won't have any money to operate your program with, so you really can't prosecute any of the complaints because there's no money to do it with. So that's what they kind of did to the Michigan Department of Civil Rights, who now administers the card issuance and the verification. There's a whole form. It's much like your medical marijuana certification. You have to fill out all the form and submit the fee. And in this case, for the dog, you had to submit a photo. And so I just went and got a passport photo taken and used that. But it was free. Didn't cost us anything. Didn't cost me anything for that thing. But because it's the pot program, we're going to charge you $100, and we're going to have a spot on the card for your photo, but we're never going to actually put one on there. And because it's too hard to do. It's so hard to do that because that's what they said. It was too hard to do.
From my understanding, I thought that was varied from establishment to establishment in which you went to go get your...
What, the photo thing?
Yeah. That's only here.
Establishment to establishment.
Yeah, I thought if you went, like there were some places where you would schedule appointments and they actually had the equipment there. I don't know.
No, that's not true at all. This was all because the they don't take photos at the establishments where you're getting certified. They do that in California.
Okay.
When you go to get your, but the state doesn't issue the card. there's some other entity. I think it's the pot shop issues the card. So you basically go there with your doctor's signed certification and turn it in, and you fill out a little paperwork there, and then they give you a card on the spot with your photo on it. And that's the California card. But the one in Michigan, like in Michigan, they don't even give you your driver's license. They send it to your address. They won't give it to you on the spot, even though they probably could make it on the spot.
Yeah.
Which is, I think that's just to guarantee and ensure that the person that's listed on the license at that address is the person that gets licensed. Way of preventing fraud, I suppose. I can understand that. But they got the capability of making those cards right then and there. And so this program, they just said submit a photo. Well, they wanted to argue up the calendar that too many different kinds of photos and there's no formatting, and then we said, well, why don't you just import it from the driver's license people? Just take it for your license or your state ID card. Just take the same photo. You've already got one. Just import it. No, that would require an IT team, and the whole Secretary of State system is separate, and da-da-da. It was just all this foot dragging.
Yeah.
Like if they needed to do it because that's the only way they had, we'll get it done. We get the IT guys on it, boom, boom, boom. They just were not going to do this. Refused to do it, which is problematic in the long run. So New Mexico, rather, seems like from the outside they're doing the same thing, but they must not be, because it seems like they're willing to at least mitigate the problem, because it seems like they must have a real problem, because they willingly extended the application period, so people still were able to get their medicine even though their card was being delayed. In this case, only a couple of months, or at least the extension was a couple of months. The program there in New Mexico isn't as old as the one here in Michigan, but they got the same kind of problems, and it just makes me mad because it's clearly demonstrable. In other words, it's been demonstrated here with my own experience with cards, identification cards for specialty things like this from the state, being issued by the state, are being issued in disparity. One is being issued in a reasonable time because it's needed by the person that has to have the card or should have the card, or that's being issued the card, and the other one because it's got the leaf attached to it. Oh, boy.
Right.
How can we stop that? Take as many days away from that person as we can. And if it was just the Get High card, nobody would care. But it's not the Get High card. It's the this is the only way I can sleep card. Or this is the only way I can function in a day card.
Right.
Or this is the only thing that keeps my food down card. Or this is what keeps me from being miserable from chemotherapy card. Or this is the thing that keeps my autistic kid from banging his head on the wall. In our state, we can't do that. But I'm just giving you medical uses and reasons. It's those cards. It's these reasons that people use medical cannabis. And it's usually a last resort. It's not like we went there first.
No, they've usually tried everything under the sun before.
And it failed.
Yeah.
Miserably. So they resort to something that is Schedule 1, that works for them, and that isn't dysfunctional in almost any way, and the state just vilifies and demonizes it, and, the whole profit motive, blah, blah, blah. That's another jump off a bridge story there. Because what does it say about the heart of your nation when it's willing to put the most vulnerable in its membership at the greatest risk? We're talking about poor and elderly people for the most part. We're not talking about teenagers running around getting stoned and having a circle jerk with a bong. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? We're not. These kids, these aren't people that are part of the medical program. Pass me that pack of smokes, will you? I need to get more sick so I can have some more weed. That's what the outside people would say. Oh, they are making themselves sick so they can have weed. It's so not like that. It's like the landlord with me and the dog. The landlord wants to say, you're not really sick. You're not really disabled. You really don't have a need for a dog, and that's really not a service dog. But they're not making those arguments because they're valid or because none of those claims are non-apparent. They're making those arguments because they have a financial motive attached. Ultimately, they don't want that dog here because it puts their insurance at risk. They so believe. Personally, I think a dog owner is the responsible party, not a park owner. You know what I'm saying? If you have an incident that involves a dog, that involves a need to sue somebody, the party that would be
sued.
Yes,
the
party that would be liable wouldn't be the park owner, but would be the animal owner.
Right.
Because I don't think it's not the look. If my car is improperly parked in my parking space, it's my responsibility to fix that issue. It's not the landlord's responsibility, right? We're all right. So I'm just saying, same thing applies. There's a profit motive attached. There's a financial motive attached, or at least in this case, the threat of a financial loss,
right?
Which is clearly covered by insurance. But I think this is really being done at the behest of insurance companies, who are in cahoots with who? The big banks,
the Rothschilds.
So when you start talking about banks and insurance companies, they seem to be the rulers of the world, even though they're really not that. They're just another mechanism of industry in a free commerce society, or so-called free commerce society. What are they going to do with this whole presidential election? So I'm just saying, this whole New Mexico thing, let's wrap that up. The whole New Mexico thing is really just a repeat of what already happened in this state, and I think in other states if they've had this similar problem. And to me, this is really just evidence of flying on a flagpole about how bad states are at handling people's issues. I think the rhetoric being tossed about in the presidential election, because it is really being ratcheted up by that, again, disparity. People are desperate because they understand that even with participation in the political system, that the deck has already been stacked. That's at least the feeling that people have. That it doesn't matter what my vote is. It doesn't matter how I participate in this, what my say is. My 2 cents doesn't count because it's been watered down to it isn't even 2 cents anymore. It's not even half a cent. Like, it's no cents.
And once you accept that, that's when you ultimately give up power.
And you do, because you've given up any opportunity to speak at all. And it's, again, the government has the ability to do this by disenfranchising its citizens. If it does that successfully in the end, and it's not a collective intent. It's just a drive of capitalism. It's the drive of greed, unbridled. And this is why we've got checks and balances in our government, but there's really no check and balance against said greed. There's no check and balance there. And really, maybe that's if we look at this from a constitutional standpoint, I think the forefathers intended us to have a constitutional convention every 20 years or so, refresh our ideas with new technology, new thoughts,
right?
Better ways. It wasn't the perfect way, but we should have a new constitutional convention and decide about how we think about subjects like cannabis and things like, the government fighting back against the people's will.
You're getting the full melt.
If you missed the last Full Melt show,
you missed a lot.
In Sanilac County, the police took plants that just got cut down, took the big stalks, went and laid them out, dried them out, and then trimmed up the marijuana and put it into jars and used that against somebody in the court of law. So it's we're paying police officers to trim marijuana now.
For their pretend caregivers. They got on their little maid's outfits, and they got their little gloves on and their little scissors, and they're all happy playing with the weed.
The Full Melt Show is live 7 to 8 Eastern on thefullmelt.com.
Attention. Get ready to write down a very important number.
Michael does not know how to fail. Second place is loser.
If you have a medical marijuana case and need legal representation, call the best, attorney Michael Comorn.
He's very passionate in the courtroom.
Getting the best outcome requires quick legal action, and it needs to start with one call, toll-free to attorney Michael Comorn. 800-656-3557. Write it down, 800-656-3557.
Michael Comorn gave us our life back.
Attorney Michael Comorn. Vigorous criminal defense.
Ram trucks are reaching new heights when it comes to capability and efficiency. The Ram Heavy Duty is the most capable full-size pickup on the road today. And the Ram 1500 is the most fuel-efficient full-size pickup ever. So what does that mean? It means Ram trucks are built for the long haul. Ram, America's longest-lasting pickups.
RootMetrics, in the nation's largest independent study, tested wireless performance across the country. Verizon won big with 153 state wins. AT&T got 38, Sprint got 2, and T-Mobile got 0. Verizon also won first in the U.S. for data, call, speed, and reliability. AT&T got text. Stuck on an average network? Join Verizon, and we'll cover your cost to switch.
Introducing Sacred Elements, a place for natural and alternative healing for the mind, body, and soul. Sacred Elements. It's one place, all solutions.
Registered, licensed, certified, ordained.
Sacred Elements.
Massage, hypnosis, Reiki.
Sacred Elements.
Raindrop, aroma and color therapy, body detox, ministry, life coaching, weight and nutrition counseling.
Sacred Elements. Next to the Sweet Leaf, 400 South Dorr Highway, Flint.
11 to 7 daily, closed Sunday.
Call 810-259-2570.
Play-Doh Compound can help kids practice communication skills. Start by presenting the visual of the letter or word. Then ask them to mold the Play-Doh compound into the shape of the letters. It's an effective way to foster speech and even writing.
Hey, it's Steve Green for the Sweet Leaf in Flint, because now getting safe access to medical cannabis patients in Flint, Michigan is never more welcoming. Presenting the Sweet Leaf, a brand new patient experience, bringing 12 carefully selected caregivers housed in 9 separate offices to distinctly assist you with their knowledge and reputation for excellent patient care. Classes and training coming soon in the large community room. Check it out in person, 400 South Dorr Highway, or call 810-259-2571. The Sweet Leaf Center in Flint, 810-259-2571.
My name is Kubo.
When people say Kubo, they're talking about the best animated movie of the year.
Whoa.
Show off.
Kubo is captivating.
You got my attention.
Kubo is charming.
Don't even.
Grumpy monkey.
Kubo is an unforgettable adventure that will delight fans of all ages.
Like me?
Yes!
Oh boy.
Kubo in theaters and Real D 3D. Rated PG.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show. All right, it's a new day, Mad.
Brand new day.
And so the Cannabis Cup is coming up.
Yes, it is.
Will they accept us after all this crap? Because, we might have lost our reputation by now.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they told us.
We're going to get to the Cannabis Cup and they go, your reputation preceded you, and we just can't allow you in under the color of morals. It's you got to be a really bad guy for the Cannabis Cup not to let you in.
Right.
Look, the national weed competition, the most prominent one, will not let you in. So, the band of misfits has actually left you behind.
That's rough.
Misfit Society. It's funny, I used to know a bunch of, lonely, independent people. As acquaintances. And many of them would get together on Christmas because they were just misfits in society and they had nothing else to do but band together with each other. That's a great substitute Christmas if you got no family. Living out there on your own in a strange place, away from home.
You say substitute like it's any less real of a Christmas.
Well,
Screw you, Steve. We're happy to.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, have you ever been away from home for a distant period of time with no contact to family much, except for the telephone occasionally? And I don't think you've ever been in that position, have you?
I mean, yeah, there was a time where I spent a couple months out of state and just kind of.
Oh, I'm not talking about a couple months. I'm talking about years. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I went a couple holidays about it.
Well, it seems like Christmas time is when people get the most depressed seasonally.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's an actual thing.
And it's because I think a lot of it's I think there's some angst caused by people meeting with family because families can be very dysfunctional.
Well, yeah, my family pisses me off.
Right. Well, I don't think there are many families that aren't like that. I think they're always.
I feel like there's some that are worse.
Oh, there are some that are a lot worse.
Terrible to think about.
Look at the Manson family.
Oh. I bet you their Christmases are just fine.
No, they were helter-skelter Christmases. You don't want a helter-skelter Christmas. That's not a good thing. Pigs die in blood on the wall is not a good Christmas message. It doesn't make a good card. I'm just trying to underscore that. Yeah, those were not nice people. Now, I'm not talking about Marilyn Manson. I'm talking about Charles Manson.
I know. Yeah. I'm aware.
I'm just making sure. The swastika thing, all that stuff. That guy's... I'm surprised he hasn't wiggled his way out of prison by now.
Maybe he has and just goes back for the fun of it. Ha ha, you fuckers didn't notice when I left or came back.
It's just a good thing he's not, like, who's the Mexican guy that keeps breaking out of prison? The drug guy.
El Chapo?
El Chapo, yeah. I don't want to say his name too loud because,
What, do you think he's like the boogeyman?
No, I don't know. It's all in the name, El Chapo.
El Chapo.
You know what happens if you step out of line? El Chapo! That's how it is down there. But it's just a good thing that Manson wasn't like that. Because, how many more of those nights do you need? Up in the hills of California. That was a long time ago. Those were very, very scary, scary days. I mean, there was a lot of strife going on in the nation. We were still in the Vietnam War.
Today they're scary days.
I don't think they're as scary as they were back then. I think the nation as a whole was a lot more... a lot less attuned to national tragedy. I mean, you had things like the presidential assassination of John F. Kennedy, the Kennedy scandals. The multiple Kennedys getting mowed down. There were a few of them went down there. Bobby Kennedy and John Kennedy, and there was the whole Patrick Kennedy affair. Not Patrick Kennedy, but I'm sorry, who's the late senator, the famous late senator. Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, don't look to me for help.
No, he can't remember.
You made eye contact.
Like the late famous senator, he looked away like a dog that just pooped somewhere.
Don't look at me.
Oh, I feel ashamed that I can't remember his name at the moment. It's just escaping me. But he was accused a long time ago of, this is back in the same era, of, there was a Chappaquiddick. Chappaquiddick was that was the Chappaquiddick affair. He had prostitute in his car.
Oh,
and she died in an accident where he was not involved. He was she went over the river in the car and he walked down the highway. Yes, it was not a good thing. Yeah. I miss Senator Kennedy, though, because he was responsible in his last days for getting the just before they left the. I think the only reason that Obamacare got passed is because he was behind national health care, and he was respected by both parties, and was one of the few people left in Congress that could actually tie the two sides together and get something done in a bipartisan way. Senator Edward Kennedy.
I wonder what it takes to make a politician kill a prostitute.
Ted Kennedy. I'm sorry, Ted Kennedy. My bad. Having a brain fart there. Ted Kennedy, that's his name. But yeah, that's the whole story. Now, getting off the path a little bit. The stunt guy.
Stunt guy.
So, I brought up the Cannabis Cup because hopefully we'll get in there. They won't just ban us from coming in. They're not going to do that.
I hope not.
I say that with tongue in cheek, but good Lord.
But good Lord, that was a terrible intro.
What, the intro for the show, you mean?
Well, no, not the intro, but the way we...
What?
What? Onward.
Yeah, something weird there. So, I think when we get there, we should have a lot of fun. I think we should, because normally we just do a show from there, and it's typical. We have some guests, and maybe we'll interview some people that are at the show and having fun. We try to give you a little glimpse of what's happening at the Cup. But I think it's plain and clear about what's happening at the Cup. So it's nice to have an inside flavor of it, but... I think I'm tired of that now. I've done this Cup stuff for a few years now.
Cup stuff.
Yeah, I've done the Cannabis Cup stuff both in Denver and in Detroit, and then in Clio for several years. And of course, I see Dan Sky out there almost all the time at the Hash Bash when he's in town for the Hash Bash. So we do quite a few of these kinds of events, and there's some other ones that we do too. But I think that I want to flip it up, change it up a little bit. So we should. I was talking. Now we had the Patrick guy. I remember we were talking about whether or not Patrick. So this is what we should have made a promo of and didn't do it. Patrick, I remember we were like last time we were on the air talking about Patrick. We called him up and we wanted him to rate himself on a scale of 0 to out there, sane to out there. And he rated himself on a scale of 0 to 0 to 10, from sane to out there, a 10 as out there.
Right.
And I also I think I rated myself as an 8. Didn't I rate myself as an 8? I think I claimed an 8. What did you claim? A 6? What did you claim?
Well, I don't believe anybody asked me.
So what did you rate yourself? 0 is sane and 10 is out there.
I'm a nice, easy 5, man.
Right down the middle.
Right down.
He's playing it safe, guys.
Playing it safe. I mean, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Oh, come on. We're self-admitted 8s and 10s here. And you're going to go for 5? Really?
I mean, I need to be perceived as a 5. So when I hit you with the 9, it's something out of the ordinary.
Oh, it's a surprise 9.
It's a surprise 9. Walking around like a 5.
Oh, you thought I was walking around with that 5 on my uniform, and then I suddenly hit you with the big 9.
The big 9.
I am out there. All right, so we should call up Patrick because I've made the executive decision that Patrick should be indeed our stunt guy. Now, in order to be the stunt guy for the show, you have to be willing to and so this is what when he said 10, this is what sealed the deal for him being pitched the stunt guy thing. Because in order to be the stunt guy, you've got to be willing to put yourself in some precarious situations and not break character. So my goal is to and I'm not going to reveal how we're going to do this. We'll just let this happen, but we've got a whole thing planned for the stunt guy. So maybe we should call him up. And I don't want him to reveal either. And I don't even know if he's available. He may not be available. We're going to try anyways.
I'm thinking he's available.
We'll see. Let's just get him on. I got to Skype call him in though. No, I don't. I've got his number again. I forgot. Here we go. Recent. Here we go. There we are. Let's see if we can just garner him. I don't know if he's home or not because this I think is his. He told me this was his landline. Plugging him in here.
Hello.
Hey, Patrick.
Yes.
Hey, it's Steve and Mad.
Oh, how are you guys doing?
We're okay.
How's court today?
Oh, I didn't get to court. Do you want to hear the court story?
Or are you asking
What's
me?
that?
I say I said I forgot about the court. You want to hear the court story? Oh man, we're going to break. All right, so Patrick, today's not been a good day on the air. You got to go back and listen to the show, Patrick. So we're going to go to break, and so I'm sorry we called you too close to the break, but we're going to go to the break, and when we come back, we want to talk about Stunt Guy. Are you ready to do that?
About what?
The Stunt Guy thing. All right, so he can't hear us very well. Hang on, we'll go to break. We'll talk to Patrick, the Stunt Guy, coming next.
You're getting the full melt.
Promotional consideration provided by NoSmell.com, pioneering the storage market for cannabis users. The No-Smell patented bag technology offers users 100% smell-proof detection from even the most sophisticated of noses. NoSmell.com, so nobody knows. When placing your order for a no-smell bag, make sure to use discount code FULLMELT and take 10% off the entire order. Learn more about no-smell technology at NoSmell.com. If you missed the last Full Melt show,
you missed a lot.
All right, so there's this idiot reporter out in Grand Rapids today. I saw her on a promo for some show she's doing about kids and drugs, and she's interviewing a policewoman and a prosecutor. Check this out.
Things sound like something that like drug addicts would use. Are regular teenagers using butane?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, when you are out there, you're seeing kids are you seeing it younger and younger? Are you seeing it used in homes more frequently? What's actually happening?
Okay, that's a stupid question, you old bat. Can you come up with an original reporter's question? One that somebody can actually answer?
Is it addictive? Is it something that's going to get a kid in trouble? Can people manage their use?
Well, I mean, I think that's one of the biggest myths.
Again, I just have to take issue with this. Wood TV in Grand Rapids, this lady needs to study up before she sticks a microphone in an official's face and asks an idiot question. When you need legal help, you don't want to guess at who's standing next to you in court. And when it comes to a medical marijuana defense, it's even smarter to partner with a lawyer before you need one. Based in Royal Oak, David Rudoy has a proven history of not being afraid to take your case all the way to the Supreme Court and win. Find the law offices of Rudoy Law
at RudoyLaw.com.
RudoyLaw.com is a quick reference on your rights concerning Michigan medical marijuana
and up-to-date news.
That's RUDOI Law.com. Call 248-935-9074 now and talk about your legal needs, because at RudoyLaw.com, we don't just stand up for you, we stand up with you. Hey, it's Steve Green for the Sweet Leaf in Flint, because now getting safe access to medical cannabis patients in Flint, Michigan is never more welcoming. Presenting the Sweet Leaf, a brand new patient experience bringing 12 carefully selected caregivers housed in 9 separate offices to distinctly assist you with their knowledge and reputation for excellent patient care. Classes and training coming soon in the large community room. Check it out in person, 400 South Door Highway, or call 810-259-2571. The Sweet Leaf Center in Flint, 810-259-2571.
Young students are our future. They're eager to learn, eager to succeed, eager to make the world a better place. And they want to make it to school safely. Share the road, take care when passing, and always leave 3 feet between you and people on bikes. Bikes are legal road vehicles. We're all drivers.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show. Man, the show just was eaten up in time. The clock was eaten up by technical crap at the front of the show.
Did the show make you mad?
No, the show didn't make me mad. Did the show make you mad?
Well, I am mad, so I don't know how to answer that.
Your daddy made you mad.
Whoa.
Well, your mama and your daddy made you mad. I'm just saying. Didn't they make you mad? My mommy and my daddy made me.
I mean, well, yeah, my dad more than my mom. What? Let's not talk about my parent problems.
Oh, he's got issues already. He might have stepped into some turf I didn't know I was stepping into. All right, back to Patrick.
I'm a gentle butterfly, Steve.
Patrick, hello. Oh, are you plugged in? We're turned on. I got the right thing turned up. What's going on now? Oh, are you plugged in? Say again. Oh, I got you on speaker. Take that off. Okay, now try it. Say something now. There you go.
Okay.
All right. So it's just been crap today with the technical issues. All right. So let's talk about hooking you up as the stunt guy. So I think we've all agreed that, and I'm just going to seal the deal now, that we're going to try you out as the new show stunt guy.
Right.
Are you down with that?
I'm down for it.
I think this is going to be hilarious fun, Patrick.
So do I.
So you know what the thing that sealed the deal? I was telling Mad during the break. You know the thing that sealed the deal, or maybe before we called, it was before the break. You when you rated yourself a 10 on the scale of 0 to out there, sane to out there. You know?
Right.
When you said 10, I'm like, that's the guy. That's the only guy that can ring the bell is the 10. A self-rated 10. I rated myself an 8. Mad's down the middle. He's playing it safe with a 5. Self-rating of 5. It's a little weak there, Mad.
Hey, man.
You got to claim one extreme or the other. The 5 is just so blah.
I'm right there, man.
Yeah.
You'll never know.
Casual. He's down. He's split in the middle.
Right.
He's hoping to hit that kingpin right down the middle of the lane. All right. So, I think that if we're going to do the stunt guy thing with you, and it's the cannabis. I'm telling you. So if we're going to do the stunt guy thing with Patrick, we're going to have to, and I've already got some great ideas, and I don't want to let him out of the bag, because if I tell you up front, it won't be as funny when it happens. If we tell you, it's almost like you got the ha-ha in the setup. And so I'm not going to tell people what we have planned, but I have some extensive plans for Patrick the stunt guy. Should we come up with a special name for you? Should we call you like, I don't know. We should come like I think like you need a superhero name.
Right. We got to figure out a name.
Maybe that would be if we were a regular radio station. I would suggest that we have a bunch of callers call in and suggest names, because you always get the best name that way. You get a lot of great ideas of thinking at the same time.
I agree with you on that.
So, but we're not doing that right now, and our phones are a little bit screwed up because I can't remember the number, and I can't call it up because the computer's like, oh, you don't even want to hear about it. Go back and listen to the front of the show, and you'll see what a nightmare it was. I'm interested to hear it myself, because
the computer completely froze up like a minute and a half into the show. And it didn't stop being frozen until we were in the middle of a break, or a break was about to happen. And then when it finally started to play the break, it was playing the break like in duplicate, and then like some weird noise was happening and you couldn't tell what was going on. I had to stop it. And then when I stopped it and started it again, it all played normal. It was just weird.
Okay.
Anyway, Stunt Guy. Excuse me. So, get that thing away.
Oh, okay.
There's some incense burning in here that's a little potent.
Sounds like you guys are enjoying life right now.
It's a little potent. Just saying. So I got to stop the computer because we're going to extend the segment a little bit. Not that the show is worthy of it, but the segment is.
Right.
So I think doing the Stunt Guy thing, we got to put you in some unusual circumstances where I don't know, you got to test the line a little bit. You know, go for the jugular on the obvious no.
Yes.
So, but just in a way that's that's funny and is surprising, and a little bit candid camera-ish. I think that's the way to go about this. But so at the Cup, I think the Stunt Guy thing that we'll have you doing will be the opposite role.
Yes.
So I'm trying not to be too revealing, but
right.
But we're going to have you out there and we'll have you doing a stunt on the air. But we won't reveal to you exactly what the stunt is until you do it. And just to make the people at High Times happy, we're not going to hurt anybody or cause a scene or we're just going to go for some situational on the spot comedy. That's all that this is.
Right. This is all it's for. Is for comical only.
It's just for entertainment value only. And
that's right. Entertainment and comedy.
No Cup attendees will be hurt in the making of this film.
That's right.
But some of them may keel over laughing because I think it'll be funny. But so we're going to try that out, and I think we'll try and do something with you like all 3 days. I think it'll add some fun to the fair, and it'll make people kind of on their toes and second guessing what they're looking at, and I think that when people are all out doing dabs at the Cannabis Cup, that you couldn't ask for a better entertainment venue.
Right.
So we want to brighten the entertainment. Yeah, and nothing more. And I think we could do that. So we got the Stunt Guy thing going on, and then further plans for other stunts beyond the Cannabis Cup, but in a very different way. So that's all that I can reveal to you, because I think if I let the camel's nose under the tent any more than that, the contents would be spoiled. So we will not let any spoilers happen. We'll keep it under wraps for now. And I'll guarantee you that this is not going to be a Geraldo Rivera, moment where you're opening up the vault after great expense at network's cost and there was nothing in the vault. This is not going to happen. Although that was hilarious all by itself. Geraldo never lived to that down to this day, and that was like 20 years ago or more. That was terrible.
Right.
I've used terrible a lot on the air today.
Terrible.
It was terrible. All right, so now what else do we got for have you had a chance to talk to Mad much at all, Patrick? We still got it. Maybe we should just make the executive decision now to come up with an official stunt name. Should we just bounce some spaghetti off the wall and see what sticks? No takers.
I mean, I'm up for it. We can brainstorm. I say we can.
All right. So let's. All right. Okay. We'll open nominations for Stunt Guy names. Do I have a second motion? Do I have a second?
Right.
I don't know what the fuck you're saying to me, Steve.
Okay, so you've never been to a board meeting before?
Nope. What? Dude, does Mad Blaster seem like the person attending a board meeting?
Maybe the board of the dabs. So I think what we got to do is we're opening up nominations for names for the Stunt Guy. So let's start with Patrick. Do you have a self-named nomination for your Stunt Guy name?
No, I do not.
Oh, I need sound effects. That's one strike. Okay, so Mad Blaster, do you have any nomination name ideas for the stunt guy?
We could call him the Slap and Tickle.
Yeah, slap it. Okay, so look. We're throwing spaghetti. We're throwing spaghetti. We're throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. I'm not sure that's just not peeling off right away. But what do you think about that idea, Mr. Patrick?
What was the name?
What was it?
The Slap and Tickle. Come on, guys. I know you're feeling it.
He wants to call you Slap and Tickle.
Slap and
It'll be like your code name.
It doesn't. No, that doesn't sound right.
Bravo 6 is Foxtrot. Do you copy? Yep, this is a Slap and Tickler. Loud and clear.
Okay, I got you.
Come on. No, I'm feeling it.
All right, so we got one nomination for Slap and Tickle. All right, so now it's my turn. Let me see here. I think we should call you.
Oh, you ain't. Oh, don't. I'll need sound effects.
Oh, I got a good. Oh, the cruncher's going. I might have to pass because to let the cruncher finish. Boy, usually when the cruncher's going, something good spits out of that machine at the end. You just got to give it some time and let it do its thing. I don't want to stop that machine. All right, so I'm going to take a second nomination from Patrick. Did you since you were blank the first time?
Circles, fuck.
We're back to Patrick for nomination name number 2. First one was a blank. My cruncher's going, so I've got it working. I've got some idea brewing. It's just got to get some detail to it. There's a skeleton there, it just needs fleshed out. So while that's happening, go ahead with a second name, Patrick. Still nothing.
I'm trying to figure something out.
Okay, we got no creativity. So have you ever done ad-libbing before? Have you ever done any theatrics, any theater?
Yes, I have.
You have. So are you familiar with ad-lib and that kind of thing?
Improving?
Yes.
Yes.
Improvisation. So so in corporate America, when they're trying to find a new name for the word, they got a new Coke, and they're trying to come up with the name for the new Coke. They sit around and they brainstorm in these sessions, just like we're doing now. And so you just keep coming up with ideas. There is no bad idea, although that one
right.
Mad had was terrible. It was terrible.
What the fuck have you guys said? What have you guys said?
He's like, look, I'm the only guy that came up with a name, and mine was Slap and Tickle. Get off my back already. Hang on, I unplugged Patrick by accident. I was flailing my arms about and unplugged him. All right, so where did he go? He's still there. All right, so
I'm still here.
Yeah, I just said the phone looked funny for a minute. It had a different screen on it. I'm like, ugh. All right, so Slap and Tickle, and Mike Cruncher says, I want to say there's something with, it started out with Zorro, and then there was something Zorro in there, and then there was some papers got mixed in there, and so I got Zorro and I got papers, and I got, it's still crunching. It's not working out. Zorro, papers. I might have to refish that line. I might have to cast into another part of the lake because that fish isn't looking too happy.
And we're all picking on Matt over here.
Yeah,
right?
Because you got Slap and frickin' Tickle.
What the fuck? I have a complete idea out there.
All right, so it's not. I mean, okay. All right, I'm coming up with one. Here's my suggestion. I'm just going to throw it out there.
I'm sorry, I'm not Patrick's old elementary school friend who's known him for half his life. Oh, I know him. I know it's
okay. So let's go for the obvious. So if I were to just look at you and give you a funny name, because that's what it really needs to be. What?
We could call him Governor Giggles.
Governor Giggles? No, he's running for governor.
Yeah, whatever. You're killing it. You're fucking killing it.
No, I'm just reflecting the truth. You can't say Governor Giggles when he's running for governor.
Right.
Oh. That would be terrible. That would be terrible. See,
I know.
All right, so I say so I think there's I like the Mad Blaster theme. I like that's a decent handle, right? I think.
I thought so.
So
what is it?
Mad Blaster. That he came up with that handle himself.
Mad Blaster.
Why didn't you call yourself Slap and Tickle?
Because I'm not out there fishing for entertainment, man. I'm not ad-libbing. I'm going for.
All right, so Slap and Tickle, and I say something about let's. I would say oh man. So did you shave your head, Patrick? Is that how you
I do shave my head.
So is there a reason that you shave your head? Is there something behind that?
Yeah, there's a reason for it. I'm losing my hair.
Oh, okay,
Male pattern baldness. That's
I
what.
got you. It's a good. Some people there are some people that aren't losing their hair that shave their heads because they like it that way. They just like the appearance better, I guess, or maybe they like maybe there's something about it they like.
Oh, okay. If I could grow a full head of hair, I'd do it.
Wow. Yeah, that's terrible. So if I'm gonna I would have went in line with Kojak. But I'd have twisted it with a pop theme. See, that's a '70s reference. He got the Kojak reference.
Right.
There's a Mr. Clean theme in there somewhere too.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that before in my time.
So I'm just saying if there's a way that I'm just saying if I'm going for funny, and I'm looking for the obvious, I'm just trying to make something good out of it. So far, it's not working. So if you got Mr. Clean to give it, I don't know. That's not going to work very well. I don't think Mr. Clean's going to fit in, although it does draw pictures. I'm just wondering if you can work if you work pot or weed or any theme of that into the Mr. Clean or the Kojak thing. But see, I'm not coming up with anything on either of those. Those are both dead ends. So my spaghetti fell off the wall, Patrick. I got to reach for more spaghetti. So are you pulling a blank still? Because we're totally a total failure on this brainstorm. See, this is why I think we should have taken suggestions from listeners. Maybe we should put a Facebook post up and ask for people to respond back on Facebook.
That'd be fair.
Yeah, that would be getting people's ideas from other people is a lot better than. I don't think anybody's ever come up with naming themselves, giving themselves their own nickname. It usually comes from somebody else.
You know what my nickname was? And it had nothing to do with anything in reality. It was just because it sounded funny to the guy at the time, and he just dubbed me that name, and that was the name that I had for the next, 3 years.
Was it douchebag?
Close.
Right.
It's close. He just asked if it was douchebag. It wasn't douchebag, but it wasn't far from douchebag. Go for goofier than douchebag.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck's
we're here playing Pictionary with my nickname.
I don't.
So somehow I got.
Can I buy a vowel?
Yes, you can. We'll play Hangman.
Right.
So somehow I got blasted with the nickname Numbnuts. So so then they would call me Nummy for short.
Right.
So they would be like, "Hey, Nummy, go get us. We need you to go get that squeak board. Bring the squeak board in here." And then I have to go fetch the squeak board. So they called me Numbnuts. That was thanks to my friend Keith Kramer. I think Keith Kramer was the guy that came up with the word Numbnuts. And so one of the guys that participated on the show a lot, one of the callers that came out to station functions and called the show a lot for these guys, my friend Jason. Not J2. J2 was another character, and his name is also Jason. But another guy named Jason. And Jason brought a show shirt. At the time, he was into making shirts, the full-color shirts, and he had a shirt business he was trying to run. And so he brought a bunch of shirts out to the thing. And it was the sergeant from Stripes. And he said, "What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?" And they made me wear that shirt around for a while. But see, there was nothing that connected me to Numbnuts, and I think the thing that was most demeaning was the nickname Nummy. Hey, Nummy. It's so demeaning. But hey, I wore that dunce cap around proudly because that's what the role of a producer was. You get a funny name. It was better than the name that the guys over on the D&D show gave their producer. That was. He was out. They thought it was really funny when they got into town and they found the Big Beaver exit was actually 69. So everybody's taking pictures at that exit, and so they had him out there in that area, and they were talking about this on the radio, and so they nicknamed him Beaver. So he went around as Beaver. For the rest of and he did Beaver for 6 or 8 years. That's people probably still call him Beaver. I don't even know that people know his real name. I know his name. I'm not going to say it. But Beaver. So we need to come up with something along those lines, but with a pot theme. This can't be rocket science. Although Although we are asking a bunch of would-be stoners to come up with this ingenious name. It needs some polish. It needs some shine. It's got to sparkle. It's got to stand up there on the shelf with all the rest of the trophies and get some attention. Maybe I should call our comedy friends, the 420 comic.
Well, yeah.
And see if he can shine some light in this dark crevasse. So I think we should call you Mr. Stash.
You better have a hell of a mustache.
Yeah, Mr. Stash.
Right.
Or something like Stash X or X Stash, or I like the word stash. Maybe we'll call this segment the Secret Stash. And
does he have an impressive?
And
facial hair?
you're the Stash Man. Oh, I like Stash Man.
Does he?
Right.
What do you think about Stash Man, Patrick? I'm sorry.
I like that.
what we were saying, Mad?
When you say stash, I think mustache. Does he have impressive facial hair?
No.
Oh.
Do you also shave because you can't grow a good beard, Patrick? Is that the deal?
Well, the mustache is what you'd be with the stash man.
No, I just always known that.
We're gonna need a mustache.
Well, if I'm shaving my head and I'm growing facial hair, people make fun of that by itself.
Well, the way I understand some things about facial hair is that...
Wait. I just got the giant middle finger from Mad because, you got to say that on the air. Dude. You got to say it. Just say it out loud.
What? Fuck you, Steve? Because I
didn't realize.
Hair?
I forgot that, Mad just recently shaved his head. I wasn't putting two and two together. He's got full facial hair and a shaved head, and I'm... And I'm
if you an individual shaves his head but grows out a beard, that's fine. A guy that usually is of African, usually black, who shaves their head and they can have a mustache, whereas a black man who doesn't have a mustache is usually looked down on. Or as being gay.
What?
No, I'm being serious. And a white man,
Wait. You should see the expression on Mad's face right now. Like it's insanity personified.
No, I'm being serious. A white man who has a shaved head and has a mustache is usually a cop or is gay.
Oh my God.
No, I'm being serious. That is the stigma. That is the stigma that is out there.
Is that the street word? Is that what's going on? The street word says if you're bald and you got a mustache, you must be, smoking some pole. Is that the deal?
Or the 5-0. Or you're the pigs.
Look, I smoked a lot of pole, and I've never had a bald head or a mustache at the same time, or even a bald head by itself. Just saying.
Right.
All right. So
a lot of cops have mustaches
and bald heads.
No.
So what are you saying there? Are you saying there's a little?
Saying the word on the street is a individual with just a mustache is usually a cop.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good news for Mad.
Wow, I had no idea.
Be on the
that's the years and years of being in the penitentiary has taught me those secrets of people.
So what do you think?
That's true, and that kind of when I was in the penitentiary, that kind of was teaching me. I was looking at people and going, "Wow, you could tell which ones were which, and which ones were swinging which way."
Who's holding whose pocket? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So is this where the street word came from about the bald guy with the mustache?
I believe so.
So when you were in prison, if you hung your pants low, did that mean anything?
Yes, it does.
It does? Oh, wow. I don't want to know. Yes. I just don't want to know.
I'm trying to get that booty.
Right.
Good Lord.
Give me that booty.
Yeah. That's just crazy land.
That's crazy land.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Oz? You ever watched the...
No, I've never seen that.
Neither one of you guys have ever seen Oz?
No.
Oh, my God.
I'll be honest, I've probably seen one episode and I just did not care to watch it.
Oh, my God. That is one of the most awesome HBO series they ever did. Oz. There are a lot of people that you see on television now that came from that stock.
But it's just unreal. It was unrealistic to me. That's why I didn't care for it.
I love the production style. I love the way they produced that show. I think I think you're right. I think some of the subject matter, the plot line was a little bit soap opera ish from that. You know what I mean?
It didn't make any sense to me.
Oh man, you only saw one episode.
That's not what I'm talking about. It's the fact that being in the penitentiary and watching a show about the penitentiary, you look at it and you go, that doesn't make any sense.
It's got a whole different. It's got a whole different flavor to it then, because you got some inside knowledge. I don't want I don't want any carnal knowledge of the penitentiary.
Right.
I might want some carnal knowledge of the dispensary. Because
right, if you don't experience it and you watch a show about it, then you go, oh wow, that's how they must do it. Then it's just like me and my girlfriend, we were watching NCIS last night on it's the 13th season, and my girlfriend used to work in the hospital, and she's just taking the out of the show because that they were doing a procedure on Gibbs, one of the individuals in the show, and nothing was sterile. And they're going, she kept on going, they would never do that. They would never do that. That's not proper procedure. That's not sterile. That's not sterile. They would never ever do that. And that's true.
No, I get you. There's a whole bunch of stuff, especially in medical procedures, where you don't get to see, where you're like, oh God,
Right, but I mean, if you weren't in the medical field and you were just watching, you would just assume that's how they really do it.
I suppose so, but they're actually
you just watch it and you enjoy it.
They're actually doctors that they hire for the really good medical shows that they hire to make sure that the stuff that they're doing is realistic and has real terminology attached.
Right.
Because it's not like you can just go in there and Star Trek it up. You know what I mean? Just start throwing in some Trekkie language that you made up.
Right.
We went from stunt guy names, and so I think should we close the nominations?
Yeah.
Are we here second on closing nominations, Patrick?
I will agree on that.
Okay, so if we're closing nominations, I think the best name that we came up with is going to be what was it again? Stash Man. I like Stash Man.
The Secret Stash.
Oh, Secret Stash. We get the Stash Man. Oh, I like it. I think, for as lame as that brainstorming session was, it was very productive.
I tried.
Right.
It was lame, entertaining, and productive. So you can't ask for more than that.
Right.
All right. So we've given everybody a taste of what's to come. This weekend, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Cannabis Cup in Clio, Michigan is where we'll be. Broadcasting live with the new segment. It's the what is it? The Secret Stash. With the Stash Man.
With the Stash Man.
So the idea will be, where is the Secret Stash at today? And then we'll reveal the Secret Stash. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect.
I'm digging it.
And then what we'll have to do immediately following the Secret Stash segment is consume our real Secret Stash.
Right.
We'll have to wait for you to get back though, so you can share the Secret Stash with us.
Right.
Maybe we can. Maybe we can get some guys at the Cup to donate a secret stash. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's a high fiver right there.
Right.
All right. So we got a plan. I like it.
Winning.
I got a plan too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm picking up my.
Don't shut. That's enough. Nope.
I know. I'm saying I'm picking up my stuff tomorrow.
Yep. That's enough.
And I have a plan for everything for Friday there and Sunday, and I will reveal that with you personally.
Oh, we'll do it on the air live on Friday.
I'm going to talk to you personally about it tomorrow.
Okay, that's
or
fine.
The next day,
or probably after the show, which is now more.
Yeah, definitely before or after the show.
More than 20 minutes over on the show now, Patrick. It is totally not your fault. It's totally my fault for, I guess, leaving this lame computer in charge of everything. Because, it's the boss now. I have to ask it permission to end the show, which is, terrible.
Terrible.
Right.
I just want to play the dueling banjos more than ever now. It's just gone off the rail bad. So, now, I guess we only got about according to the new timeline, we got a few minutes left in the program. I left us with some sparing goodbyes. Bury the show time. Bury the show. The rest of the part of the show that was crap needs to be covered in sand, or at least pooper scooped, properly disposed of.
Pooper scoops the right phrase.
Yeah, it's bad. I think you should light one up just to cover the smell of that part of the show.
Yeah.
Somebody got a match, because boy, that first part would make your eyes water, but not in the most pleasant way. It's not as bad as our faux pas on the Planet Green Tree show last Thursday. That the people, because the feedback loop, there were people that were high there that were listening to go, no, dude, that was radical. That was awesome, dude. Did you hear? It was like a kaleidoscope in audio.
Whatever the fuck that means.
It was an audio kaleidoscope.
Holy shit.
I put the phone down. Patrick can't hear us now.
I can hear you.
So, yeah, it was just, that was 5 minutes that I will never, ever get back. There was this endless feedback loop that occurred because we were trying to do too much at the same time, and it incorporated this crazy computer. I don't know why I would do that to them, but somehow we did.
Right.
And it got a feedback loop going that we couldn't stop. And when that happened, because we stopped the audio at both ends, we stopped the sound, and we stopped everybody from talking. We turned all the mics off, and it was still feeding back like crazy. I don't know how it actually stopped. Because once that feedback goes and there's a delay between one side and the other, it will just eternally keep feeding back to itself, even if you pull all the audio out, which is what it did. Something happened to make it stop, but it wasn't anything that I was doing. And the people in the studio were all talking to themselves because you couldn't hear them anyways because of the feedback loop. So they're all like, oh, what is that? What's going on? And I'm like, oh, I can't hear what's going on. I had to walk out of the room to monitor the show, and I was remote controlling from my phone what they were doing. So I had to step out of the room so that I could hear, and I still don't know what happened to make it stop, but it wasn't anything that I did. That was really, really bad.
Oh, wow.
Does anybody want to hire me to do their show? Just saying.
Right.
I'm good at screwing stuff up if you need some guy for that department.
Right.
No, I'm really not good at screwing stuff up. I usually pull off what I try to accomplish. If I miss the mark, it's only because, I'm willing to extend myself to that. I'm willing to lay it all on the line. If it gets chopped off, it gets chopped off. There's the nuts right there.
Oh.
Just saying. It's what happens. I mean, if you're going to do something for gusto and it's live, it's either going to win big or it's going to flop.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 shot. It's like putting it all on red or black and hoping you don't just lose the whole freaking mortgage.
Right.
But life's only fun that way, guys. Come
yes.
on.
You get the it's all about the risk. The investment is in the risk and the payoff is in the laugh. Or at least the entertainment. I don't hear anybody laughing.
Haha.
Everybody's
sorry, I got distracted for a second.
Oh, God.
Much more entertaining things are going on.
Patrick's not even stoned yet. So what were you in the penitentiary for there, Patrick? What happened?
I went to the penitentiary for conspiracy, 2 counts of conspiracy to deliver and manufacture marijuana when I was 21 years old.
Oh, my God, that's terrible. That's terrible. So, what happened?
I also went to, on my second bit, I went to prison for possession of marijuana.
A second stint. So you had 2 terms of pocket holding, is what you're saying.
I'm actually a C prefix. I went to prison 3rd time.
Oh, my God. Patrick, there's skeletons coming out of the closet. And one of them has a shaved eyebrow. What's the street cred on the shaved eyebrow?
What's that?
I said one of those skeletons has a shaved eyebrow. What's the street cred on the shaved eyebrow?
That
means you lost a bet.
That was my B prefix.
You lost a bet on that one, right? You had to shave an eyebrow?
Yeah, I had to shave an eyebrow.
Only one, and go to court that way.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't realize.
You had the full Manson effect going on there.
Right.
All right. Well, Patrick, we've reached the end of the show. I think some people, their prayers have been answered, and the music has begun. So until next time, I have to say goodbye. I'm Steve, your host.
I'm the Mad Blaster.
And we got Patrick on the phone, and he's our new stunt guy, the Stash Man. Get ready for the new segment, The Secret Stash, coming to a Cannabis Cup near you, or at least near us.
The Full Melt Show is a production of TFM Media.